2 million people a year. It's a lot. Very common condition, and also in many ways very preventable in taking care of your body in many cases. There's basically the definition of cancer is when cells grow out of control. Okay? This uncontrolled cellular growth, and mutation. There's over 100 different types of cancer, from carcinomas to sarcomas to lymphomas to leukemias, cancers of the blood, metastatic cancers, cancers that spread, all these different types of cancers. But they all break down to that there's uncontrolled cell growth and mutation. Now, the number one cancer in men is prostate cancer, number one cancer in women's breast cancer. And there's lots of different causes of cancer. American Cancer Society says, big bold thing on their website, top reason for cancer, 75% of cancer is environmental, 75% environmental exposure to things. Okay? Which means that if you have environmental exposures to things outside your body that overcome your body's internal capacity to heal, combat them, fight them off. So you have to maximize those things, your body's capacity to fight those things off. Genetics is only a factor in 10 to 15% of cancers. Genetics is only a factor in 10 to 15%. I want to drive that home because people so often, to such a degree, think that, well, if somebody in my family had this particular cancer, I'm destined to have it. All right? And nothing can be further than the truth. It's only the case 10 to 15%. That also means if in your lineage, it doesn't mean you're destined to have it. And people have taken that so far that what's considered preventative treatment for cancer is getting parts cut off in people that have a genetic predisposition, which is really insane. Okay? If it's only 10-15% of the time. So you need to do things to strengthen your body in the first place. Stress is a huge factor, especially long-term stress. More so than genetics. Stress plays more of a part in terms of a person's rate of getting cancer than genetics. Next one, spinal subluxations are a huge cause of a person having developing cancer, and I'll tell you why. What part of your body helps you adapt to stress? What? Your nervous system, that's its role. Its role is to adapt you to stress. Physical, chemical, emotional stresses to make changes to those things. And if your nervous system fails to do that, then you are more prone to having problems. Toxins that cause cell damage. All right, there's lots of different toxins. So these are toxins that you want to avoid. Pesticides and herbicides, so you want to eat more organic foods, right? Because there's pesticides and herbicides all over things. Strawberries are one of the most frequently sprayed crops, so you have to try to get it. That's one of the crops, for example, you want to definitely get organic food, so you want to avoid those things. Next thing, toxic metals, mercury, you want to avoid those. Tobacco and alcohol. People that have tobacco, smoking, huge increase in cancer because of the number of free radicals in their body. Excessive radiation, sunlight, medical procedures, these are all different things that can cause cell damage in terms of cancer. Leaky gut syndrome, bad digestive system is another causative thing. People have leaky gut syndrome. That's something people are often overlooking, and particularly in colon cancer. Okay? So here's the concept that I want you to understand with this. Realize that a person has cancer. Everybody in this room has somewhere between 5,000 and 15,000 cancer cells in any given moment. Your body always has a certain number of poorly defined cells, cells that are mutating, but your immune system actually keeps those in check. It's its role through a couple of different mechanisms that we'll mention. So it has special fighter cells that kill those off. But when it can no longer do that effectively, those cancer cells increase and there's more mutations. Think of like an assembly line. There's a quality control check along the line. Your body has all dying cells and replaces them with good, healthy new ones. But sometimes there's a few that aren't produced correctly, and and those are cancer cells, but your body has a quality control system, your immune system, to keep those in check. But then when there's an unhealthy immune system, it loses the ability to do that, so it produces more of those. Okay, very important point. So then a properly functioning body with a healthy immune system has a much lower rate of contracting cancer, okay, even with environmental exposures, okay? So what are the things that you need to do? What are the actions you need to do to cancer-proof your body? One is eliminate as many toxins from your environment as possible. You have to take a lot of action to do that on a regular basis. Avoid smoking and secondhand smoke is a key thing, okay? Number two, avoiding prolonged fumes from a few of these different things. Dry cleaning and heavy chlorinated bleach things, all right? Chlorine filters you want to have on shower heads, so you're not having chlorine in your body that you're absorbing through your drinking water and your bathing water. Nail and hair salons, some heavy fumes, having a lot of exposure there can be significant. Avoiding truck and car fumes. I'll tell you, one of the key things we're going to get to is free radicals, free radical damage to your body. I grew up in New York City, so this is an image that I can really relate to, because I read this in one study. If you have an image of, think of a bus going by you and it's spurting out some black smoke. You don't see that a lot in Boulder, but in New York City growing up, I saw that a lot. And that one pass of that bus with black smoke coming by, you have more exposure to free radicals in that 60 seconds, okay, than your ancestors had in their whole lifetime. So I want you to understand, that makes this environmental toxins and keeping your body as strong in terms of being able to fight off free radicals a huge priority in terms of keeping yourself healthy, helping your body prevent cancer naturally before it happens. Don't live downwind from power plants and manufacturing facilities. That's a good, or heavy traffic areas. That'd be a good thing. Drinking water. Drink filtered water all the time. Water, benzenes, nitrates, industrial compounds. There was a study done, I think it was last year, where they tested different cities' tap water. And they found an average 17 different medications in the drinking water. Okay, so it's just think about that when you're brushing your teeth and what's getting into your body. Herbicides, pesticides, avoid petroleum-based cosmetics. Petroleum-based cosmetics, because those are, again, carcinogens. Other things linked to cancers. Besides smoking, the other cancer stick is French fries. French fries are linked to cancer because frying, if you eat starchy foods fried at high temperatures, and also some cereals, basically high carb things fried, okay, creates an amino acid when it's heated that turns into a cancer-causing monster called acrylamide, ACRYLAMIDE. So that's the other cancer statistic other than cigarettes. Obesity. 1/3 of the U.S. cases are of cancer related to obesity. So when we do our weight loss workshop or healthy nutrition workshops, it's really not just about being fit, but also reducing rates of cancer and how long you live. Cholesterol is linked to prostate cancer. That's something most people don't realize. They're worried about high cholesterol for cardiovascular health, but also it's related to prostate cancer. Antiperspirants. Antiperspirants are related to breast cancer. So you're better off not getting, I always tell people, don't get antiperspirants, get deodorants. Don't get something that's antiperspirant and a deodorant. Get just a deodorant. Okay? I actually was told that in grammar school, like in 5th grade, by a science teacher. So a long time ago. But it's still true. Aluminum is related to Alzheimer's in addition to cancer. Sugar is public enemy #1. You want to get rid of as many white